I'm Kate Zipay, a professor of organizational behavior and human resources at the School of Business at Purdue University. At the end of the day, employees are people. They live messy, interesting, complicated lives, and all the things that we experience in our life, whether it's relationships, what we like to do in our free time, raising kids, pursuing hobbies, happen outside of work. And those cultivate emotions, they give us resources, they can be sources of conflict. And the reality is we bring those things back to work, both the enriching aspects and the conflicting aspects. And so part of our job as organizational scholars is to figure out what is happening outside of work and how can employees use that time to be healthier, more successful employees when they're back at work. So one thing leaders can do is start to recognize that employees are people and they have complicated and interesting lives outside of work. And so part of their job is simply getting out of the way. That might be giving more free time for employees or recognizing that when people leave the office, they are experiencing things that can be enriching to their lives, that can make them be healthier, happier employees. And it serves the organization to give people that space to take control of their own time, to pursue their own interests, to experience that sense of autonomy and growth outside of work in ways that we know from research is going to come back and serve them in how they engage with their work and their colleagues. Some of the most surprising interactions between work and leisure for me are the unique ways people are using their leisure time and how that changes their thoughts and attitudes at work. So for example, if you're doing something in your free time that is really tied to activities you loved when you were a youth, maybe you coach soccer now and you used to play soccer as a youth, I'm finding that that ties us to kind of our core self and who we were long before we became an employee at whatever organization. And that unleashes some playfulness and creativity. And so there's really unique uses of our time that have clear ties to organizations. We want people to be creative. We want them to solve problems when they come back to work. That process also gives us energy and excitement. And so thinking about our free time is a way to unleash more of ourselves in a way that we can bring that back to work. So at a high level, the objective of organizational scholars or organizational behavior scholars is to understand how to optimize the performance of employees, their well-being, understand the emotions and interpersonal dynamics that impact employees. But so much of that research is confined to the proverbial 9 to 5. And so we're missing a huge part of employees' lives that involve all of these things: motivation, emotions, how people interact with each other. And so to really understand the goal of what we are studying, we have to look at what's happening outside of work to better predict what's happening inside of work.